Discover the key to success with a self-disciplined mindset. Achieve your life goals. Have you ever felt like your goals are always just out of reach, no matter how hard you try? Do you think the main reason for this is the lack of self-discipline? That's right, self-discipline isn't easy, but it's the critical factor that helps you turn your dreams into reality. In this video, we'll dive into one of the most important mindsets for achieving success in life: self-discipline. If you've ever felt stuck by bad habits or struggled with procrastination, then this video is for you. We'll show you how to defeat your inner enemy, yourself, so you can rise up and achieve things that once seemed impossible. From understanding the true nature of self-discipline to applying it in every area of your life, this video will give you breakthrough strategies to overcome any obstacle. Learn how to build a self-disciplined mindset, defeat laziness, and unlock the success you've always wanted. And if you think change is too hard, don't worry. This video will provide the key to unlocking the door to transformation. Let's begin this journey today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. Chapter number 1: The concept of self-discipline. Why it's more important than you think. Self-discipline. It may sound simple, but it's one of those concepts that makes many people feel afraid and overwhelmed when they think about it. In reality, the word discipline often brings to mind images of rigid rules, harsh requirements that make life feel restrictive, and even take away the joy. This is exactly why self-discipline is often misunderstood and not applied correctly. Some people might think that self-discipline means forcing yourself to do boring tasks and never allowing yourself to enjoy the things you like. For example, when you hear about the need to cultivate discipline, you might immediately think of waking up early to work out, even when it's raining, or having to skip social gatherings with friends to finish a tedious work project. Then, you may ask yourself, why should I do that when there are so many other enjoyable things in life? However, self-discipline is not about sacrificing enjoyment. It is the tool that helps you achieve the life you truly desire. In fact, self-discipline is what allows you to maintain persistence in your work, helps you avoid being distracted by short-term pleasures, and instead keeps you focused on long-term goals. The more disciplined you are, the closer you get to success, and the more you'll begin to realize that self-discipline is not a burden, but a gateway to freedom. It's through discipline that you can truly experience the freedom to pursue your dreams, to create the life you've always envisioned. Imagine you're an athlete training for a big competition. Each morning, you push yourself to rise early, run, and practice, even when your body aches and the weather isn't favorable. At first, it might feel like a chore, but with each passing day, you start to see improvement. Your strength builds, your stamina increases, and soon you realize that every ounce of effort was worth it. Without discipline, that athlete wouldn't have been able to reach their potential or perform at their best. This is true not only for athletes, but for anyone who wants to excel in life. Whether it's in your career, personal development, or relationships, the ability to remain disciplined in the face of distractions and challenges is what will set you apart. It is the steady, daily actions driven by discipline that compound over time to create extraordinary results. So, instead of viewing self-discipline as a restrictive force, start seeing it as the tool that empowers you to break through limitations, conquer challenges, and ultimately create the life you want. The key to achieving your goals lies not in avoiding discomfort, but in embracing the discomfort with the belief that the rewards will be worth it. Self-discipline is the path to self-mastery. It's the invisible force behind every successful person's story, the driving factor that keeps them moving forward, even when things get tough. As you build this muscle of discipline, you'll notice how it ripples across every area of your life, allowing you to grow and achieve in ways you never thought possible. In the end, self-discipline is not about living a life without fun or enjoyment, but about aligning your actions with your deepest goals. so that every step you take is purposeful, focused, and ultimately rewarding. Chapter number 2. The difficulty in applying self-discipline, facing the enemy within. Applying self-discipline has never been an easy task. It's not like completing an external task that can be controlled by sheer willpower. It's an intense inner battle. The greatest enemy we face is not anyone else, but ourselves. Our mind and body often resist change, making it incredibly difficult to maintain discipline. One of the key factors that makes sustaining self-discipline so challenging is the concept of the comfort zone, a term you've probably heard before. Our minds are hardwired to seek comfort and avoid discomfort or effort. This is why, even when you know that waking up early to exercise or working hard over the weekend will bring long-term benefits, the temptations of sleep or relaxation are often far more appealing. When our brain feels uncomfortable or stressed, it instinctively signals us to return to the safe zone, where everything is easy and free of challenges. We also have to contend with old habits that are deeply ingrained in our subconscious. These habits could include staying up late watching TV, eating unhealthy foods, or procrastinating. The mind, especially when faced with the discomfort of change, will naturally gravitate toward these habits because they provide instant gratification, even though they don't serve our long-term goals. This constant pull toward familiar but unproductive routines is one of the hardest obstacles to overcome when developing self-discipline. The journey to self-discipline isn't just about avoiding distractions or discomfort. It's about fighting against that inner resistance. The journey to self-discipline isn't just about avoiding distractions or discomfort. It's about fighting against that inner resistance. This resistance comes from both the mind and the body, which are accustomed to familiar, comfortable routines. The challenge lies in reprogramming these deeply embedded patterns to align with our long-term goals, rather than succumbing to the easy pleasures of short-term comfort. Imagine this. You've set a goal to wake up at 5 a.m. every day to exercise. On the first day, it's tough. Your body screams for sleep, and your mind starts throwing up excuses. It's too early, I need rest. Despite knowing the long-term benefits, your body resists. You manage to get out of bed, but every step feels like a battle. However, as you stick to this routine, something begins to change. The resistance gradually fades, and the early mornings start to feel less like a punishment and more like a habit. The discomfort you felt at first is replaced by a sense of accomplishment. But this process isn't linear. There will be days when you slip, when you give in to temptation, or when your body rebels. And that's completely normal. The key is to keep pushing through the discomfort, to not let the small setbacks discourage you. Over time, as you consistently choose discipline over comfort, you begin to rewire your brain to associate self-discipline with reward rather than pain. It's also important to understand that self-discipline isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about getting up every time you fall, doing your best even when it's hard, and learning from your mistakes. It's about being patient with yourself and acknowledging that change takes time. When you finally break through this inner resistance, when your body and mind begin to work in harmony with your goals, you'll realize that self-discipline isn't a cage, but a key to unlock your potential. The effort you put into overcoming this resistance will eventually lead to a level of freedom that you've never experienced before. Freedom to be your best self, achieve your dreams, and live a life that's aligned with your true desires. Self-discipline is not a quick fix, but a long-term commitment to personal growth. And once you begin to embrace it, you'll see that the benefits far outweigh the challenges. Chapter number 3. The benefits of self-discipline. Why it's worth the struggle. Self-discipline is undoubtedly one of the most powerful tools you can have in your arsenal, but it's also one of the hardest to cultivate. Even though the path is difficult, the benefits it brings are undeniable. Self-discipline isn't just about following rules or forcing yourself to do what you don't want to do. It's about transforming your life, changing your habits, and ultimately becoming a better version of yourself. One of the most significant benefits of self-discipline is achieving your goals. Whether it's a career ambition, a fitness goal, or a personal development milestone, self-discipline is the fuel that powers your journey. It's the ability to keep going when motivation fades, to keep putting in the work even when the results aren't immediately visible. It's that inner strength that allows you to persevere through obstacles, setbacks, and distractions. Without self-discipline, it's easy to give up at the first sign of difficulty, but with it, you can push through the tough times and stay focused on your vision. Take, for example, someone who's trying to get in shape. The first few weeks are often filled with soreness, fatigue, and the temptation to skip workouts. Without self-discipline, they might give in to these feelings and quit. But with discipline, they push through the discomfort and continue showing up every day. Over time, the results start to show. They feel stronger, fitter, and more energized. What seemed like a painful, tiresome journey in the beginning is now paying off in the form of a healthier, more confident version of themselves. Self-discipline also has the power to change your habits. The truth is, many of us are stuck in unhealthy, unproductive routines that keep us from reaching our potential. Whether it's procrastination, unhealthy eating, or a lack of focus, these habits can hold us back. However, with self-discipline, you can break free from these destructive cycles and replace them with positive, empowering habits that support your goals. It's not easy, but once you start seeing the results, it becomes addicting. You'll begin to crave that feeling of accomplishment, of knowing you're in control of your choices and actions. For instance, consider someone who's been struggling with procrastination. They know they need to finish a project, but the pressure feels overwhelming. Instead of giving in to their usual distractions, they decide to apply self-discipline. They break the task into smaller steps, set clear goals, and create a schedule. At first, it feels difficult and unnatural. But as they continue to stick to their plan, they notice something amazing. They're getting things done. They feel a sense of pride and satisfaction that comes from completing a task with focus and intention. What once felt like an insurmountable mountain of work is now a series of manageable tasks. However, despite these undeniable benefits, many people still shy away from self-discipline because they're afraid of the difficulty and discomfort that comes with it. The truth is, self-discipline requires sacrifice. It means choosing long-term gains over short-term pleasures and consistently making the right decisions even when it's hard. It means resisting the temptation to take shortcuts or indulge in distractions. It's not an easy path, but it is a rewarding one. In my own experience, I've found that the biggest challenge is getting started. The first few days or weeks of making changes to your habits can feel excruciating. But once you push through that initial resistance, you start to see the payoff. You begin to feel stronger, more confident, and more in control of your life. And that's when the magic happens. When you realize that self-discipline isn't just a tool for success, but a path to personal freedom. In conclusion, self-discipline isn't about denying yourself the things you enjoy or forcing yourself to suffer. It's about empowering yourself to make choices that align with your long-term goals, even when it's tough. It's about developing the strength to stay focused and committed, and it's about becoming the best version of yourself. While the process can be challenging, the rewards, both tangible and intangible, are well worth the effort. Chapter number 4. How to develop self-discipline. Practical steps to transform your mindset. Developing self-discipline isn't something that happens overnight. It's a process, one that requires commitment, patience, and a clear understanding of your goals. While it's tempting to believe that self-discipline is just about forcing yourself to do things you don't want to do, the reality is that it's much more nuanced and strategic than that. The key is to build a mindset that allows you to stay focused, avoid distractions, and stay consistent in your efforts, no matter how challenging it gets. So, how exactly can you develop this vital skill? Here are some practical methods that will help you cultivate self-discipline and make it a part of your daily life. 1. Set clear, specific goals. The first step to developing self-discipline is knowing exactly what you want to achieve. Vague goals like "I want to get fit" or "I want to be successful" are not enough. You need to break your goals down into specific, measurable actions. For example, instead of saying, "I want to get fit," say, "I will work out for 30 minutes every morning for the next 30 days. By setting clear goals, you create a roadmap for success, which makes it easier to stay focused and on track. Personal insight: I've found that when I set specific goals, it's easier to maintain motivation. When I can see the tangible results, such as hitting a target number of workouts, it gives me a sense of accomplishment and drives me to keep going. 2. Focus on what truly matters. One of the biggest obstacles to self-discipline is getting caught up in distractions. Whether it's social media, phone notifications, or unimportant tasks that eat up your time, distractions are everywhere. To build self-discipline, it's essential to focus on the things that matter most and align your daily actions with your long-term goals. For instance, if your goal is to finish writing a book, you need to prioritize writing time and minimize distractions like checking your phone or watching TV. By dedicating focused blocks of time to your most important tasks, you'll find that your productivity increases and your ability to stay disciplined improves. Example: I remember trying to write an article while constantly checking my email and scrolling through social media. It was impossible to focus. But once I started setting clear, distraction-free time blocks, I was able to get more done in less time, and I felt much more in control. 3. Remove or reduce the things that hinder your progress. To strengthen your self-discipline, it's crucial to identify the things that slow you down or undermine your efforts. This could be habits, environments, or even people that drain your energy or distract you from your goals. For example, if you're trying to eat healthier but constantly find yourself tempted by junk food, consider cleaning out your pantry or avoiding places where unhealthy food is easily accessible. If you're trying to focus on studying, but your workspace is filled with clutter or distractions, take the time to organize your space. By eliminating or minimizing these hindrances, you make it much easier to stay disciplined and focused on your tasks. Personal example: I've noticed that when I work in a clean, quiet environment, my focus and productivity increase dramatically. On the other hand, if I'm surrounded by distractions, whether it's noise, clutter, or tempting distractions like my phone, I find it much harder to stay disciplined and accomplish what I need to do. 4. Practice consistency and build momentum. One of the most powerful tools for developing self-discipline is consistency. It's easy to feel motivated at the beginning, but what really matters is showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. The key is to build momentum through small, consistent actions. Over time, these small actions compound into significant results. Think of self-discipline like building a snowball. At first, it's small and seems insignificant, but the more you roll it, the bigger it gets, until eventually it becomes unstoppable. This is true for any goal, whether it's writing, exercising, or learning a new skill. The more consistently you show up and put in the effort, the easier it becomes to stay disciplined. Example: when I first started exercising regularly, it felt like a huge challenge. But after sticking with it for a few weeks, the routine became ingrained in my day-to-day life. It didn't feel like such a struggle anymore. That momentum made all the difference in keeping me disciplined. 5. Track your progress and celebrate small wins. Finally, it's important to track your progress and celebrate your achievements along the way. Self-discipline can feel like a long uphill journey, so taking time to acknowledge and reward yourself for reaching milestones is essential. This not only helps you stay motivated, but it reinforces the positive behaviors that lead to success. Personal tip: I found that when I track my progress, whether it's keeping a fitness journal or marking off days on a calendar when I hit a goal, I feel a sense of accomplishment. These small rewards can fuel your desire to keep going, even when the going gets tough, by following these steps, setting clear goals, focusing on what truly matters, eliminating distractions, staying consistent, and celebrating progress. You can develop the self-discipline needed to achieve anything you set your mind to. It may not be easy, but remember, the reward is always worth the effort. And once you've mastered the art of self-discipline, there's no limit to what you can accomplish. Chapter number 5. The importance of changing your mindset. Embracing self-discipline as a tool for success. To achieve lasting success and meaningful transformation, one of the most crucial steps is changing the way we view self-discipline. For many people, the idea of self-discipline feels restrictive, like a set of rules that limits their freedom. They see it as a chore, something that forces them to give up the things they enjoy in order to follow a rigid schedule. But in reality, self-discipline is not a barrier. It is one of the most powerful tools for self-empowerment. In order to truly harness the benefits of self-discipline, it's essential to shift your perspective. Instead of viewing it as a form of self-punishment, think of it as a means of unlocking your potential. When you adopt this mindset, self-discipline stops being something you have to do and becomes something you want to do because you see how it drives you towards your goals and helps you achieve your dreams. Example: think of a successful entrepreneur who wakes up early every day, dedicates hours to reading, and consistently works on their business, even when they don't feel like it. To someone who hasn't yet developed self-discipline, this may seem like an exhausting and unfulfilling routine. But for that entrepreneur, this structured lifestyle is a choice, not a sacrifice. They've learned to view their discipline not as a limitation, but as the means to grow their business, develop new skills, and create the life they desire. This shift in mindset is not just about the act of self-discipline itself, but about what it represents. When you understand that discipline leads to freedom, everything changes. It's not about restricting yourself from pleasure. It's about learning to delay short-term gratification for long-term gains. For instance, when you resist the urge to hit the snooze button and get out of bed early to work on your goals, you're not just following a rule, you're taking control of your future. You're making a conscious choice to work on what matters most, even when it's difficult. Personal insight. I've learned over time that the most successful moments in my life have come when I embraced discipline as my ally rather than my enemy. At first, I resisted it. It felt like I was forcing myself to work harder than necessary. But as I stuck to my routines and stayed consistent, I began to see the results. Increased productivity, better mental clarity, and a sense of fulfillment that comes from knowing I'm working towards something bigger than just the momentary comfort of relaxation. In reality, self-discipline allows us to achieve a level of freedom that procrastination or laziness never could. When you are disciplined, you have the freedom to pursue your passion, enjoy the things you love without guilt, and experience the satisfaction of knowing you are actively creating the life you want. The irony is that by choosing discipline, you're choosing greater freedom. Changing your mindset around self-discipline is crucial because it allows you to look at it as a vehicle for success, not a restriction. When you begin to see it as a powerful tool to propel you forward rather than a set of rules that hold you back, you will be able to unlock your full potential and create lasting, positive changes in your life. Success isn't the result of avoiding hard work. It's the reward for making the hard work part of your everyday routine. Chapter number 6. The journey of self-discovery, a path to confidence and success. At the end of the journey, when the video wraps up, you will not just have gained knowledge, you will have ignited a spark of confidence and motivation within yourself. This is more than just an informational video. It's a call to action, urging you to embark on your own path of self-improvement, to overcome obstacles, and to move closer to the success you've always dreamed of. Starting the journey of self-discovery can often feel intimidating. You may find yourself questioning whether you're ready. wondering if you're capable of pushing through the challenges. After all, the road to personal growth isn't smooth or linear. There are setbacks, moments of doubt, and periods of uncertainty. But here's the key: the journey is just as important as the destination. For me, the most empowering realization was that growth doesn't happen in a vacuum. It happens when we push beyond our comfort zones, when we face the parts of ourselves that we fear the most, and when we take consistent action, even when the results aren't immediately visible. The most successful individuals are not the ones who avoided challenges. They are the ones who faced them head-on, learned from their mistakes, and kept going despite the odds. Take, for instance, someone who has been struggling with procrastination. At first, every task seems monumental. Every goal feels too far out of reach. But by starting with small, manageable steps, perhaps setting a timer for just 10 minutes of focused work, the procrastinator begins to see progress. Slowly, their confidence grows. They realize that the act of taking action, no matter how small, is itself a victory. Each tiny success compounds, and soon they're able to tackle larger tasks with ease. The journey of self-discovery is about building resilience and embracing the process. When you start this journey, don't expect instant results or perfection. Expect challenges, moments of doubt, and a few missteps along the way. But understand that each step forward is a triumph. It's in these moments of struggle where your true growth happens. As you embark on this journey of self-improvement, you'll not only start to overcome the internal barriers that have been holding you back, but you'll also develop an unshakable belief in your ability to succeed. It's about learning to trust yourself, understanding that the obstacles you face are not roadblocks, but opportunities for growth. By the end of this process, you will have transformed not just your habits or routines, but your mindset. You'll approach challenges with more confidence, more focus, and more determination to succeed. Self-discipline will no longer feel like a burden, but rather a powerful ally in your journey toward personal success and fulfillment. Remember, the first step is always the hardest, but it is also the most important. The moment you decide to take action, to begin your journey of self-discovery, you've already won half the battle. Keep moving forward, and the rest will follow. The journey of developing self-discipline is not always easy, but it is a powerful process that helps us achieve the big goals in life. Self-discipline is not about sacrificing joy or comfort, but rather it is a tool that helps us create the future we desire. When we change the way we perceive discipline, seeing it as a means to improve ourselves rather than a burden, we realize that every challenge can be overcome and every goal can be achieved. From setting clear goals, focusing on what truly matters, to facing internal barriers, every step on this journey contributes to building a stronger and more persistent version of ourselves. The early days may be tough, but when you remain committed to your plan, you'll discover that self-discipline is not something distant, but the key to sustainable success. So, start your journey today. Change the way you view self-discipline, build good habits, and stay persistent in pursuing your goals. Success doesn't come from avoiding difficulties, it comes from overcoming them. Don't let temporary obstacles hold you back. Make self-discipline an indispensable part of your life and unlock your limitless potential. If you found this article helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel Summary Update for more valuable insights.